1, 2. Is this on?
We all know the dangers of wrestling, and although there can be some bad and painful injuries, there can also be some rather funny ones.
How can you not be fired up with Montez? Look out! Oh, gosh! God!
Today, we'll look at various injuries, botches, and fails that involve the wrestler either getting hurt, screwing up, or both.
Again! Look at this! No! Oh, no! He passes! That's an A+!
As we highlight 10 of the funniest injuries and fails in wrestling.
He just flashed me, but I was out. And I said, where am I? Earl started laughing. He goes, damn, boy. He goes, you in the garden.
First, we start with a bad landing and a broken nose, amongst other injuries, occurring in Rey Mysterio and The Undertaker's match from the May 28, 2010 episode of SmackDown. This was The Undertaker's first match back on SmackDown after retiring Shawn Michaels in the 5-Star Classic at WrestleMania 26. Taker and Mysterio worked hard to have a good match, but the bout will be remembered for Mysterio landing bum first into the face of the dead man following a seated senton. The accident gave Taker a concussion, while also breaking both his nose and orbital bone.
His ass was supposed to hit me in the chest, but it hit me right in the face. It was a bony ass, and it was right on the bridge of my nose. And it broke my nose. And I got concussed. And to this day, I still have double vision.
It also appeared to affect the finish of the match as the concussed Taker had trouble catching Mysterio for the tombstone. The WWE did their best to edit out the botched catch, but the post-match replay shows the Phenom struggling to get Rey up, something which wasn't shown in real time. The injuries Undertaker suffered in the match kept him out of action for the entire summer, leading to Taker being written off TV after supposedly being found in a vegetated state. Mysterio was initially accused of being the assailant, although it turned out to be Undertaker's brother, Kane. Randy Orton has suffered his fair share of injuries over the years, some of them from painful bumps and others from rather basic actions.
Ooh, guys, do you feel that? Everything just changed.
Orton once even aggravated a shoulder injury by taking out the garbage. Randy's also been involved in some funny screw-ups, such as the time he fell on the announce table. Or how about the time he launched Samir Singh into orbit? More often than not, Orton's signature RKO is executed flawlessly, but there have been a handful of times the move hasn't quite gone to plan.
He's just about to tap his feet. RKO from Orton. Look out! RKO!
Vince McMahon famously tore his quads at the 2005 Royal Rumble in comedic fashion, something which seems to run in his family.
Oh, Shane still got it. Well, God damn it, Shane.
But Vince wasn't the most agile or coordinated when he wrestled.
He's not very agile. He's not very flexible. The worst athlete I've ever seen.
He looked to make up for this by taking a lot of punishment.
Knocking him out. He's not an athlete. Oh my God, Mr. McMahon's day of reckoning. Good God. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. He's 53 years old.
This, coupled with the lack of athletic ability and ring experience, led to some close calls, such as at St. Valentine's Day Massacre when Vince fractured his tailbone.
I'm up there hanging on the side of the cage thinking, man, this somebody might be dead.
Mr. McMahon.
I didn't have any idea it was going to hurt that much, you know.
He's got to be 20 feet off the floor. No!
And during the corporate Royal Rumble, when his head was nearly decapitated. And we can't forget some of Vince's funniest botches. Vince has also screwed up being stunned a couple of times.
Finally up. Way too soon. This McMahon trying to get away. But Austin stuns McMahon.
In fact, much of the McMahon family has had trouble taking the move.
Kevin Owens with Shane. Stunner.
A lot of offense in wrestling is directed below the belt, so one would think groin injuries would be more common. But there have only been a few, including when Tommy Dreamer had to get one of his testicles drained following a kendo stick shot from Jerry Lawler. Darren Young was peeing blood for 2 days after landing crotch first on the top turnbuckle. Bret Hart tore his groin after being crushed on the metal part of the turnbuckle. The move that best targets the groin is the low blow, and while rarely ever having caused an injury, it's resulted in some hilarious sell jobs.
Bagwell with one swift back kick. The great equalizer. We've got him on. Eddie Guerrero. Oh my God. Stiffest chops, if you will, in our sport. And right now, Hennick's not thinking of chops. Nor is this. Oh! Oh! Hurry, be careful! Oh! With the ladder once, but not that time. Yes! I know, I saw it!
See it coming. Give it to him. That's it. All I saw is she hurt her arm. On the road up. He's got a protective metal cup.
The low blow has also been hit in several unique ways.
Be disqualified. Oh my gosh! That is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. Crash Holly. No! Strike!
Oh, look at this! Oh! Punt to the groin!
Pete Gas was the star of the Mean Street Posse, a group that were known for taking quite the pummeling, usually at the hands of other wrestlers.
I don't think. Oh, Pete.
But at the Royal Rumble 2000, Pete nearly took his own head off entering the ring during a posse run-in. This broke Pete's nose and knocked him loopy. He was still out of it once he got into the ring, barely able to stand. He then hilariously got tangled up on the ropes before being beaten to the back with the rest of the posse by Bradshaw and Farouk. Pete's mistake wasn't the only painful mishap during the Royal Rumble match that year, as Taka Michinoku was sent to the emergency room with a concussion after face planting on the floor, something Jerry Lawler found great humor in, as the incident was replayed multiple times throughout the remainder of the show.
Well, can we see him getting thrown out by Boss Man one more time? That was entertaining. Look at this. Woo, man. He landed right on his face. Show it again. Punch his face. Oh.
Taka suffered a concussion and hurt his shoulder during the fall, which kept him out of action for 2 months. The original Sin Cara's time in WWE was blighted by botches and injuries. A knee injury suffered at Survivor Series 2011 kept him out for 6 months.
He got caught on that top rope right there.
Sin Cara has been eliminated.
Cannot continue.
Sin Cara famously ended a match with Alberto Del Rio early after suffering a broken finger. This was the final nail in the coffin for his WWE run. Sin Cara had attitude problems, refused to learn English, and didn't take well to the WWE style.
This guy had heat with everybody. His selling was terrible. Everything was terrible. He had a bad attitude. If he spoke English, he acted like he didn't.
This explains why his matches featured so many mistakes and why he ultimately didn't last too long in the company.
Here he is live.
Oh my goodness.
Man.
Get out of the
Yeah,
ring.
but not when you're in the ring with someone like Sin Cara.
Well, I was about to say that. Check it out. Whoa.
Oh, man. Did he just step on his spine? Sin Cara can do. Whoa. Oh, man.
And Sin Cara, and he swept.
Man, this
Watch
is...
for the top rope. Look out.
Wow.
Sin Cara made an amazing counter. Carl dropped on his own head. Yeah.
Sabu was one of the most innovative wrestlers of the 90s. He took incredible risks despite the danger. His daredevil style greatly increased the chances of something going wrong. And it was quite often that things didn't go to plan.
Top. Wait a minute. Oh, my God. Off the top of the R of Raw.
He spoke about. He missed the triple jump moonsault. Sabu missed. He lost his footing.
Ass took too much time.
Sabu got himself out of that.
Sabu crashing and burning.
Sabu would even intentionally botch moves to fool the crowd.
Hey, Douglas.
Sabu went for the triple jump.
Sabu suffered many injuries throughout his career, including a broken neck.
Oh my God.
Sabu famously glued shut his wounds, resulting in many visible scars. This was due to him not having health insurance. Sabu once taped up his arm during a match after badly cutting himself during a barbed wire match versus Terry Funk. Sabu's had his fair share of fails, but at least they mostly occurred in the ring, unlike Titus O'Neil, who had quite literally slipped up time and time again. First, there was his infamous keg carry on NXT in 2010.
Titus got his feet underneath him as he was carrying the keg.
Titus seemed to get his wires crossed during a match on SmackDown with Big E in 2014. Then came the notorious slip and slide on the way to the ring during the Greatest Royal Rumble event.
Titus, get there, squeezing in, Titus.
And Titus O'Neil tripped and went head first through the apron. That reminded me of when Titus O'Neil was trying to carry a keg at the old NXT, and he tripped on the mat as well. Titus O'Neil slowly approaching the ring. Remember, at the Greatest Royal Rumble, Titus O'Neil tripped.
Titus is a great guy and fantastic entertainer, but we can't help but laugh at some of his epic fails he's had over the years.
Gonna find out how bland Big E is when he takes on Barrett Sunday. And what's gonna happen?
In modern wrestling, big men can be seen taking more risks than ever, but that doesn't mean every big man should take to the skies.
Moonsault, bro!
something Top Dollar learned the hard way on the December 17, 2022 episode of SmackDown. Dolla's leg gave out right before he went to hit a dive on the outside, resulting in a hilarious botch that thankfully Dollar escaped without injury.
Absolutely no way! You gotta be kidding me! I guess there's a reason he doesn't do that often.
Top Dollar has successfully hit this dive before, however, he'll never hit the end of the time he messed it up. Michael Cole in particular continued to poke fun at Dollar on commentary following the incident.
Yep. And B-Fab eliminated. She still lasted longer than Top Dollar probably would have.
Top Dollar is a floppy competitor, Michael.
He flops. I don't know about flips.
Top Dollar didn't even get tagged in. It would have been a very different story had he been.
Yeah, they probably would have lost quicker. Now that's how a big man flies. Top Dollar. No issue going over the top rope that time.
All right, Cole, quickly, take your pick. Who's winning this one?
Top Dollar.
Why?
Because he can't go over the top rope.
Dollar's certainly the high flyer of the group.
I was going to say,
I think we've established that, Cole.
I don't think you'd ever call Hit Row high flyers. And then when he beats people up.
What you want, Cole? You running your mouth? Why don't you come over here, huh?
I wasn't the only one making fun of the fact that he tried to fly over the top rope and fell on his rear end.
X-PAC was notorious for hitting his Bronco Buster. It was done in a way to humiliate his opponent.
No! How humiliating for Tori!
This is humiliation.
He managed to do it for years, avoiding any injury. However, in 2013, he landed himself in a whole lot of trouble while working on the independent scene. X-PAC did a Bronco Buster that literally ripped his ass apart. His opponent moved out the way, causing him to fly into the corner post crotch first.
X-PAC hasn't lost a beat either. Oh, wait a second. Oh, no. He was going for that.
The turnbuckle was exposed a little bit, and so the threads of the turnbuckle, like, literally ripped my asshole. I had to have emergency surgery.
Seemingly unaware of his injury, X-PAC's opponent then hit him over the head with a chair. Like a trooper, Pac finished the bout and soon after went to hospital to have surgery. And that brings us to the end of this video. As always, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you enjoyed this one, be sure to check out our video on top 10 wrestlers to hilariously get another to break character. Have a great day and I'll see you next time.